In the darkest hour of the night, as moonlight casts a pale shadow upon the earth, it's as if a whisper echoes. An unseen entity watches from among the shadows. The devil. This enigmatic figure, which has shaped humanity's fears, dreams, and stories for thousands of years, stands before us like a puzzle. So, how does this Lord of Chaos connect with the world? Carl Jung, stating, "The devil is the shadow of the human soul," emphasizes its place in the subconscious. In the Middle Ages, Thomas Aquinas, saying, "The devil approaches humans through deceptive ways," reinforces the mystery of this figure. In mythology and history, the devil has been seen as the master of chaos, at times inspiring fear, at others admiration. This journey will lift the veil of mystery through history, mythology, and science, revealing the devil's influence on the world. Prepare yourself. We are stepping onto a shadowy path where nature and the supernatural intersect. The story of the devil has always been told as deeply intertwined with the mysterious forces of nature. Why? Because nature is like a mirror, reflecting humanity's deepest emotions, admiration, fear, and a connection to the sacred. In the Bible, the devil's emergence in the Garden of Eden with cunning and deception forever brands him as the Lord of Chaos. But this is only the beginning. Theologians and anthropologists suggest that the devil's bond with nature expresses humanity's conflicting feelings toward the universe. Shadows rising beneath a blood-red moon or a silent wind tearing through the night have always stirred a shiver in the human soul. The devil, in turn, dons this enigmatic atmosphere like a mask. Throughout history, the devil has been thought of as a shapeshifter, using the wild and unknown aspects of nature as a tool to approach humanity. In the Middle Ages, the theologian Thomas Aquinas, in his work Summa Theologica, states, "The devil seizes the human soul through deceptive ways," pointing to this mysterious entity's relationship with nature. Villagers believed he roamed the depths of forests like a shadow, considering nature's silent power his servant. The 17th century philosopher Blaise Pascal, in his Pensées, writes, "Darkness amplifies human fears, and the devil takes life in these shadows," highlighting the psychological bond the devil forms with nature. Even today, these traces remain vividly alive in modern culture, from horror films to heavy metal album covers. So, which elements of nature does the devil draw close to, and which does he flee from? Let's dive into the shadows and unravel this mystery in the light of history, mythology, and science. Among the devil's favorites, the snake takes the top spot. This isn't surprising. Since Genesis, this cunning creature has been the devil's oldest and most recognized symbol. In Christian tradition, the snake's sharp intelligence, silent slithering, and ability to shed its skin align with the devil's deceitful, manipulative, and ever shape-shifting nature. Think about it. The snake discards its old skin and emerges renewed, a perfect metaphor for how the devil approaches humanity in a new guise each time. In the Middle Ages, the mere sight of a snake near a village would strike terror into people's hearts. The faint rustle from the bushes in the silence of the night would fill villagers with dread, prompting them to turn to prayer immediately. Theologian Thomas Aquinas underlines this connection, stating, "The devil creeps into the human soul through nature's cunning elements." The snake is not only a physical presence, but also the devil's most faithful reflection due to the deep, primal fear it evokes in the human mind. Next comes the bat. This mysterious creature, flapping its wings across the night sky, is like a living messenger of darkness. In medieval art, the bat-like wings sprouting from the devil's back lay bare his bond with the night and the unknown. Bats flee from daylight, hiding in the recesses of caves, emerging only when the moon rises, a reflection of the devil's preference for a world filled with shadows rather than light. Their silent flight and eerie cries echoing in the dark have always sent shivers down human spines. In the Americas, the Maya civilization revered the bat as a god named Kamisats, a symbol of the underworld and death, hinting at a distant yet striking kinship with the devil. The ancient philosopher Plato notes, "Creatures of the night shape human fears and resonate in the soul," drawing attention to this enigmatic connection. Like the devil's shadow in the sky, the bat vanishes into the darkness only to reappear. Then there's the black cat. This mysterious animal's association with the devil has found a place in history's darkest pages. In America, during the Salem witch trials, black cats were condemned as witches' familiars and, by extension, friends of the devil. With their eyes glowing in the night and their silent, shadow-like movements, these cats stir an odd unease in people. It's said that in 1233, Pope Gregory IX declared black cats servants of the devil, a decree that sparked a wave of feline massacres across Europe, sowing fear and chaos in the streets. Historian Norman Cantor recounts how this fear fueled witch hunts, causing people to see threats in every shadow, a paranoia that crossed the ocean to American soil. Despite being an innocent creature, the black cat, cloaked in the dark and mysterious aura tied to the devil, has never shaken its infamous reputation over the centuries. Finally, the wolf. From the howls echoing through the forests of colonial New England to its menacing presence in the tale of Little Red Riding Hood, wolves embody wild danger and untamed power. In Norse mythology, the giant wolf Fenrir is depicted as breaking free from its chains to unleash chaos and destruction, a mirror to the devil's rebellious, unyielding spirit. The wolves howls under the moonlight and the savage harmony they display while hunting in packs inspire both awe and fear in humans. Those who hear a wolf pack's cries in the depths of the night might feel as though the devil himself is summoning his army. The 17th century thinker Blaise Pascal writes, "The sound of savagery reveals the power of darkness and shakes the human soul," articulating how this animal bridges nature and the devil. As a symbol of the devil's free and untamable nature, the wolf continues to roam the shadows throughout history. These animals, snake, bat, black cat, and wolf, are merely pieces of the bond the devil forges with nature. Each reflects humanity's fears, dreams, and the enigma of the natural world, shaped through myths, art, and stories across history. This relationship reveals why the devil is drawn to these creatures and how he speaks to the human soul through them. This dance among the shadows forms the pieces of a puzzle that completes the devil's story. Now let's flip the coin and explore the animals the devil doesn't favor. First on the list is the dog. Known as humanity's most loyal companion, this animal symbolizes protection, loyalty, and purity, qualities that stand in stark opposition to the devil's world of chaos and deception. In Islamic tradition, there's a deep-rooted belief that a dog's barking drives the devil away, based on the idea that its keen senses detect the unseen and disrupt unease. This belief also found a place in old American folklore, especially in rural areas. It was thought that farm dogs' howls at night protected homes from evil spirits. With their extraordinary sense of smell, millions of times stronger than a human's, and their instinct to detect and react to the slightest threat, dogs become a natural shield against the devil's schemes. The 17th century thinker John Locke points to this protective nature, stating, "Nature's loyal guardians are humanity's oldest allies. In a world where the devil slinks through the shadows, a dog's bold, challenging bark triggers his displeasure." Next comes the rooster. Known for its crowing at dawn, this bird heralds the end of darkness and challenges the devil's dominion over the shadows. In Christianity, an event recounted in the Gospel of Matthew ties the rooster's crow to the night before Jesus' crucifixion, marking the end of betrayal and a dark moment. This elevates the rooster as an enemy of the devil. Its clear call with the first light of day scatters chaos. American folklore writer Charles Skinner documented a widespread belief in the Appalachia region that a rooster's crow drove away evil, with farmers believing its early morning call repelled the threats of the night. In an even older tradition, ancient Zoroastrianism regarded the rooster as a sacred creature, revered as an adversary of darkness and malevolent spirits. The rooster's biological clock aligns perfectly with dawn. This order stands in complete contrast to the devil's desire for disorder and uncertainty. Philosopher Blaise Pascal emphasizes this symbolic power, saying, "The herald of light sweeps away the fear of darkness." And, of course, the donkey. This humble, stubborn animal carries a simplicity that clashes with the devil's pride and ostentation. In Islamic stories, it's said that a donkey's braying drives the devil mad and forces him to flee. That sharp, grating sound is believed to disrupt his carefully laid plans. Medieval philosopher Thomas Aquinas implies that the donkey's humble resilience forms a contrast to the devil's arrogance, when he says, "Simplicity is the greatest enemy of pride." He may indirectly nod to this animal's strength. In early American settlements, farmers believed donkeys didn't just carry heavy loads, but also sensed evil forces lurking in barns, driving them off with their loud braying. The donkey's stubborn nature refuses to bow to the devil's manipulative games. With its simple yet resolute stance, it builds a wall against his complex intrigues. That unique sound, shattering the silence of the night, seems to proclaim the devil's displeasure. These animals, dog, rooster, and donkey, embody qualities the devil detests: loyalty, order, and humility. Each has been shaped by myths and beliefs throughout human history, standing as opposing forces that shed light on the devil's dark realm. The dog's protective bark, the rooster's dawn-announcing crow, and the donkey's defiant bray form a symphony that disturbs the devil's shadowy presence. Throughout history, these creatures have stood against him, instilling hope and resilience in the human spirit. This story stretches back to the dawn of human civilization, to the deepest roots of history. In Mesopotamia, scorpion-tailed demons were depicted as fearsome figures bearing the dark traces of the devil. These venomous desert creatures stood as tangible representatives of chaos and threat. In Greek mythology, the three-headed dog Cerberus takes the stage. Ironically, while dogs are loyal guardians standing against the devil, here it guards the gates of Hades. The ancient Greek poet Hesiod, in Works and Days, highlights this paradox, stating, "The guardians of darkness bring both fear and order." In Egypt, the chaos serpent Apep engages in a relentless battle with the sun god Ra every night. The shadow of this colossal snake spreads a darkness akin to the devil's rebellion against order. As the Egyptians celebrated Apep's defeat with the sun's rebirth, This ancient struggle between the devil and nature reveals itself clearly. In the end, the animals the devil favors and those he dislikes reflect humanity's dual dance with nature. Beauty and fear, light and darkness, harmony and chaos. Snakes, bats, and wolves proudly carry the devil's banner. With their mysterious movements and wild natures, they embody his rebellious spirit. On the other hand, dogs, roosters, and donkeys rise as unexpected heroes. With their loyalty, calls for order, and humble resilience, they challenge the devil's shadows. The 17th century philosopher Blaise Pascal, in Pensées, points to the power of this contrast, saying, "The simplicity of nature overcomes the complexity of darkness." So what do you think? Do these animals truly play these roles in their connection to the devil? Or are they merely metaphors crafted by the human mind? Let's meet in the comments. If this mysterious journey intrigued you, don't forget to like and subscribe, because the secrets in the shadows never run out, and with every story, a new curtain is lifted.